It is time for the Disney List, taking a look at some of the best from across the Walt Disney Company, some tips that can offer you up some opportunities to maximize your experience at the Disney parks. Focusing coast to coast this week, Disney World to Disneyland, making the most of your non-park day at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. This, of course, is always an interesting topic because there are, based on the geographical location, a lot of opportunities for you to experience other things right outside of Disneyland's gates or elsewhere on Disney property, whether that be at Disneyland or Disney World. And therefore, we have lots of tips to share with you. We are going to start with Tyler today to discuss Disneyland specifically. Tyler, Katrina with me here, as well as Garrett Hassel. Garrett will be discussing Disney World and how to maximize a non-park day there. But let's go with Tyler first. What do you got for us?
First and foremost for me, I know I've said this a number of times, but I feel like one of my favorite things to do when we're at Disney but we're not going to a park is just spend the day at the pool, actually. I mean, we're lucky, we're very fortunate, we do have a pool at home, but there's something about just hitting the pool at like the Disneyland Hotel. I feel like I like the Disneyland Hotel pool area the most. I don't know why. Like, it's
there's a tiki bar.
I think that's a good reason. I think that's a good reason. I think also Disneyland Hotel, just like I have an attachment to it from being there as a kid and things like that. So
that's a fun vibe.
Yeah, it's more of a fun vibe. I mean, Grand Californian is much more like relaxing, I feel like. It was weird the last time we were there, and the guy was just playing like love music from the 90s the entire time.
I mean, preface, it was like the jazz. It was like
the
jazz,
soulful month.
Yeah, soulful month and stuff. So he was like playing like soulful music, and it was like
strange,
like get it on music. You know what
Wow.
I mean? It was
stuff.
wild.
Marvin
it was
Gaye.
very strange.
Yeah.
But just spending the day at the pool, you have a server that comes around, you can order food and drinks, and it's just a really good time. And I think it's super relaxing. Get there early, just hang out. What more do you want? It's beautiful. So
Beautiful.
That's like the number one for me. Besides that, as Wade mentioned, sometimes it's nice to get off property, and there's actually a lot of fun things to do in Anaheim. And one of those being over at the Anaheim Packing District, which is kind of like a fancy indoor food court. It's kind of more an upscale food court sort of thing that also has like restaurants built in certain cases. So they have a really great Mexican restaurant there, really great Japanese food and Indian food. And then one of my favorite things there is they have this speakeasy that's like hidden in the Japanese restaurant. It's called Blind Rabbit. And it's a tiny little room. So like if you do want to do this, make sure you get a reservation, and keep in mind there's a dress code and everything too. So it's a little more formal, but it's really, really neat. It's just this tiny little room where they're making craft cocktails that you've never heard of before, and they focus on the craft of the building of the cocktails, and the food is really good there too. They have a full kitchen that has a great menu, and over outside of the packing district there's another tiki bar called Strongwater. That place is really awesome. Another place where if you want to sit inside, you're going to need a reservation, but that's a great place to go. And of course, if you're into baseball, there's Angel Stadium. There's a lot of breweries around Anaheim too. And I know Disneyland, they have like Bottle Logic, and they have Brewery X beers at Disneyland. And if you've ever been curious about those places, they're right outside. So you can literally get a Uber or drive 10-15 minutes to go and check these places out, and you can see firsthand where Disneyland is sourcing some of their adult beverages. So I think that's always a fun thing to do, is just kind of explore Anaheim a little bit. And then for my third one, I think just time at downtown Disney is also a fun thing. I mean, if you want to go and shopping, they've got all sorts of things. They got the home store, which I love because it's just like, hey, how many mugs can I buy? Let's find out. and I even like the dress store because sometimes they have stuff for men in there too, and it's just fun to see the dresses that they come up with. And I feel like in the beginning, a lot of the dresses were like great, and then as time has gone on, they've gotten worse and worse and worse.
Well.
But
so we make fun of them.
Yeah. So we go in there and we go, look at this thing.
That's an
Jeez.
activity.
Yikes.
But of course, then you have great places to eat there too, and I think downtown Disney.
Uva Bar.
You could definitely
wait.
How dare you? Why bring up
trying to make me cry?
that wound?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've got the colorful Jazz Kitchen. Oh wait, no. it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh wait.
You know, I was actually about to bring up Jazz Kitchen in a positive light because, although it looks like
Garbage.
it looks like a troll threw up on it at this point, it does have. They did update their menu, and they do have a couple of their classics that they used to have that
Shrimp
are
and
updated a
grits.
little bit. Like the shrimp and grits are a little different. I got the blackened chicken mac and cheese when we went, and that was a little different too, but it was still really good. So they still have some of their classics with a little twist on them, but
But it's
I don't
not
know.
the same soulfulness, though. It's,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who went in there and was like, I want all the walls to be white and all the chairs to be neon.
Brilliant.
It hurts your eyes when you walk
Yeah.
in. We were sitting at the bar, and it doesn't feel like when you used to go in there. It was like a fun, relaxing bar, and now it's like too bright, and you have to put your sunglasses on to eat.
Yeah.
And then you want to eat this delicious food, but then there's just a lot of energy. Like when you walk in, you just feel this like white and neon with like
Like you
just
belong,
too much.
Like you belong in a straitjacket.
It's just
A little bit.
It's just like you're in like this weird hotel lobby bar where you're just like, we don't know what we want to do, so here's like bright colors, be happy type of thing, versus like let's just chill and relax
Yeah.
and have like a good meal and stuff.
It
I've
is
heard
weird.
Rumors,
Go ahead, Garen.
I've heard rumors that since Jazz Kitchen takes place in New Orleans and what is nearby New Orleans Square, that they are slowly going to convert New Orleans Square to looking like the Jazz Kitchen.
Oh, no.
Like, ready for the Blue Bayou to now be the locked in the white room Bayou.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's a rumor.
That's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who told you that rumor? The voices in your head?
Were you wearing your trivia
What?
cap?
no, folks, that is not happening. New Orleans Square is staying the way it is.
Yeah,
That's
I think people would riot if
Oh
they
my
changed
God.
New Orleans Square too much.
Oh, yeah.
That's for
Thank
sure.
you.
But downtown Disney can definitely give you a leg up on the fun for a non-park day. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, some great tips there. And Garrett, if we were to head out to Walt
Yeah.
Disney World, what are some of the best ways to maximize a non-park day? I think folks, especially when they go out to Disney World, you two probably can attest to this. There's a lot more reason for a non-park day
Yeah.
in between a Disney World vacation, mainly to recuperate from the beating you take going out into that hot Orlando sun.
Yeah, Orlando can be a little rough, especially in the summertime. I would say, like, for me, one of the first one on my list definitely is geographic, where if you are staying at either the boardwalk or the Yacht and the Beach Club, that whole area is a place where you can spend an entire day. If you're staying Yacht and Beach, utilize that pool. It is the best pool, I think, on Walt Disney World property, where you got the sand bottom, it's got a water slide, it's got a lazy river in there that's actually pretty deep, and there's just so much to see around there. And even like you got Cape May or the Yachtsman Steakhouse, Ale and Compass. There's a lot to do just at Yacht and Beach alone. But then if you add the boardwalk into there, you got nighttime entertainment. You've got some great places to grab a bite to eat or grab a drink. Abracadabra is one of my personal favorites. I love going there. The Conjurita is a great drink as well. But that whole area is so nice, especially in the evening time when you have the little picturesque lights going on. It's a nice way to spend a day. So I say hang out there. But if you're staying at any of Disney's, 20 plus resorts, just spend a day at the resort. All the resorts are in the name. They're resorts. They're meant for you to stay there, relax. You can do so much. But if you want to get out of the resort, I'd say number 2 on my list, go mini golfing. You've got Winter
Mini golf!
Summerland, or you've got Fantasia Gardens. I am really good at Fantasia Gardens. I'm horrible at Winter Summerland. For whatever reason, I always lose there. Or whenever I'm playing with a group, ball randomly goes flying into the parking lot. I don't know how. But they're really fun to do, and a lot of people don't think about them because they're really kind of hidden away. But check them out. They're really cool. Winter Summerland, I think, is just so cheesy with all its, like, it's very cheesy. It's kind of tacky looking, but it's so fun to go there.
I've always wanted to do Winter Summerland because I've done Fantasia Gardens, but I've never even stepped foot over close to Winter Summerland. So it'd be be
You should
something
be at
interesting to
Coronado
check out.
Springs. It's literally
I know
across the street.
I know.
man.
I see the giant sign when we're driving to Animal Kingdom, but we just never gone. Yeah,
It's where Santa goes to golf.
it's true.
It is indeed.
That's what we hear.
The third thing on my list, you guys probably already know what it is. It's going to be just driving on I-4 all day long. It's the most
Nothing
Okay.
more
You
fun.
want to go to you want to do Disney Springs. Disney Springs is amazing. It really is its own park in itself, except you don't have to pay for parking, and like you don't need an admission to go up. You don't need an admission ticket. It has everything for everyone. Whether you want to shop, dine, entertainment, it really has something for everyone. Except don't do the NBA experience because it's no longer there.
Oh.
But if you want to enjoy Cirque du Soleil, that's there too. You want some bomb cookies? Gideon's Bakehouse is there. They've got Wine Bar George and all these little, bars and drinks. They've got, there is honestly so much. I've done a few vlogs down there, but the best food you can get: T-Rex Cafe, Tyler.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo.
Get yourself a
Don't-
Stegosaurus wrap.
Yeah, but
Don't
besides
go.
that, don't do T-Rex.
Don't do it.
But yeah, Disney Springs it's so big, it's large, it has everything you can go. I really like the 365 Days of Christmas Disney store because you can get Christmas stuff year round there. It's not,
That's what's coming to Hollywoodland.
That's right. Yeah. That's what California Adventure needs.
Woo!
but
mega
besides
Christmas.
that, like there's so much going on in Disney Springs. You need a day or at least a few hours to do it. I would say if you have to choose in the evening, it's definitely more fun, especially in the summertime. The evening is way more fun. Plus, you've got
Eddie Maserati.
out there. Yeah, our favorite. And then you can always take the little water taxi because that is its own social event. It's really cool. And if there are not a lot of mosquitoes around, it's even more enjoyable. But yeah, Disney Springs, the whole area, it's really nice. And if you're staying at Saratoga, you can walk on over. You really can. Or you can swim across the mountain.
That is a good little tip about the water taxis because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't realize that going down the Sassagoula River there, where if you come from Riverside or Port Orleans, or sorry, not Port Orleans,
Old Key
French
West.
Quarter, Old Key
Yeah.
West, that's a really relaxing kind of cruise down a little swamp.
Feels
You see
very
the Treehouse
southern.
Villas
No.
that no one knows about. No one knows about the Treehouse Villas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are fun to
Those
spot.
are fun when you
yeah.
when you drive by and you see them. You're like, what are those?
Yeah.
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 Very whimsical.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah,
A lot
summertime.
going on in Disney World.
Summertime at night, especially, you're right, Disney Springs, and lots more entertainment that happens in the evening, certainly at Disney Springs too, so something to consider there. And Katrina, if you were to give an honorable mention, having just been out at Walt Disney World for your own
Yeah.
vacation, what honorable mention would you give for the sake of a non-park day and maximizing it, making the most?
I mean, what Garrett said was actually, those are all kind of the things that we would probably do too. Like Disney Springs has like tons of stuff. Like it kind of fits everybody's needs when you want to like eat or have entertainment or whatever. But I would say for like an honorable mention, like let's say you can't go to like Animal Kingdom or something, or you just go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge and then just get a reservation at Sanaa and enjoy foods.
I was gonna blurt out and be like,
Yeah.
go to Sanaa.
Go to Sanaa, and then you're just gonna have a ball, and then you can go watch animals too, because they're all gonna be outside, so you can just take your kid, wander around, and then you can actually see like wildlife stuff out there too. And then you don't have to, if you're dead set on going on the safari and you're not like you just can't do it or something like that or what have you, you can always just go over there and then see all the cool wildlife over there, and then eat some bread.
Gotta love that.
Sanaa's the best. And then you
Yeah.
just like hang out with friends, just make a reservation, and then you're able to just like drive over there, take, if you're staying on property, you're able to like get over there easily. So yeah.
A lot easier than
Honorable
having to
mention.
trek through the park, and a
Yeah.
lot more low-key, especially if you have a child maybe that has some special needs, some sensory issues. Much quieter, much easier place to get in and
So
out.
beautiful.
And they
The
usually have a
lobby.
handler out there too that kind of talk about the animals and stuff too. So you
Right.
kind of get like a one-on-one type of feel with the handler about like the animals, and they'll tell you like fun stories about the animals on like why they're there or who they are, because they have names and whatnot. So
Certainly.
it's kind of like more of a hands-on thing for kids too. I think like at night they used to like have like nighttime binoculars and
the
stuff too.
night vision night vision
vision.
goggles.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
really is,
actually
yeah.
really cool. And then they have like a fire thing out there too, so you can always just go there and like hang out, sit, and like watch the animals at night and whatnot. So, yeah, I would say like that's a fun thing to do with kids.
Yeah, a lot more individual attention that is
Yeah.
paid to folks that take the hotel routes at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a really great tip and very, very helpful, I think, especially for families. And you got all the great food right there, too.
Oh my
You're
God,
absolutely
yeah.
right. That hotel has some rockin' food. So thank you all for sharing your tips as to how to maximize a non-park day at Disney World and Disneyland. We turn it on over to you. What are some of the things that you do on your non-park days coast to coast? Are you a pool sitter like Tyler? Are you somebody that likes to head on out to Disney Springs or maybe do some mini golf? We would love to hear from you.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.